Welcome back to Fundamentals. Of course, we're still riding that Wolverine and Deadpool hype. We're also going to talk about The Boys season 4 finale. Is the Russo brothers going to come back for the 2 more Avenger movies? And then also we have leaked photos of Green Lantern and Hot Girl. And boy, are they scary AF. All this and more. Hey, how's it going?
So
We have
great.
our week behind us. We're back for episode 2.
Ayo.
Hey,
back quick.
and man, next week is going to be a hellacious one. I'm not even sure how long it's going to be because we all know what we're going to have seen by then. Deadpool and Wolverine. My God,
Yes,
we
sir.
promise to not to speak on any spoilers from any screenings that has already been said and talked about online. But we still talk about the last trailers because last time we were on here, we didn't get to see the last trailer that was released, and a couple of clips or actually pictures that surfaced on the internet. So, yeah, y'all want to kick that off with some Lady Deadpool?
Oh my God, yes. So
So-
the last show we had talked about the fact that we thought Lady Deadpool was our very own Blake Lively. And I do believe we had a photo come out on her Instagram. Oh, there it is. Ayo. So I saw this and I was just like, yo, she's in red. It's being teased. This is our lady. Our lady in red, if you will.
I mean, and I don't know what song they could play, if that was her that came out.
I don't know.
Like there's something familiar like that on the soundtrack. I think it's her. I really do. I forgot to put the picture. I was going to load it up earlier, but I forgot. But they had that red carpet premiere of New York yesterday, and she actually came in a Deadpool inspired outfit, and I think it's her. I really do.
She also had her ponytail, the same ponytail as Lady Deadpool. She was rocking that same ponytail on that carpet.
Yep.
Yeah, if they throw us off with this one, I'm going to be in that theater crying.
At the end of the day, I want it to be her. And like, even though as funny as it would be for Ryan's face to be CGI'd on a woman's body, I want it to be Blake Lively. I mean, you're making an epic movie with your best friend. Why not throw your other best friend in there?
Oh, yeah.
It wouldn't even need to be a CGI Ryan Reynolds' face because, as we saw in Deadpool 2, he was on that stripper pole with that blonde wig. So
Yep, that's true.
If he takes that mask off and I see like his Ryan Reynolds cancer face, I am going to lose my shit in that theater.
Or what if it's his cancer face, but like he did in the end of the first one, and it's Blake's face stapled to it of paper?
That would be amazing.
What is wrong with y'all?
Oh man!
But in this trailer, we also got to see X-23, right?
We did. We did.
Baby.
Oh my God! I'm so glad. And this is after like she literally full-fledged came out. I'm not in it. Wish I could, but I'm gonna enjoy watching it. And just like Andrew Garfield, he gave that wolf story or whatever, and there's a couple more, and straight up, no, she's in it, which I'm glad. I am not upset. I feel like she deserves to be in this.
Yes. Yeah.
I think it's safe to say, like, if an actor says they're not in something, disbelieve them immediately.
Right. I mean,
it's a snowball effect.
Look at Patrick Stewart. I mean, how many times has he said he's done too? I mean,
it's on IMDb that he's rumored to be in it. So
man, it's like, don't even lie to us anymore. Just tell us please. I know you got an NDA that you're trying to not violate, but you're going to wind up breaking it.
And let's be honest, anybody that's breathing, like, why would you turn down the option to be in an MCU movie? I mean, it's literally the greatest franchise of all cinema time that's ever been created. It's the most successful franchise, the biggest franchise. And it's probably the biggest money too.
Big time. But I was like, man, how much you want me to come back for? Okay.
Right.
Here you go.
Make it rain.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
I'm
Daphne
sorry.
Keane has like a acting history so far where she's had like action roles and she's fighting. So
Yeah,
I want to see her fight as X-23 now. So
I do too.
she's still the deal.
Well, we see how amazing she was too. Just how as a kid on those
Yeah.
moves in Logan. I mean,
Yeah.
and, she's more matured and more knowledge and more experienced now. So I hope we get like some awesome fight scene with her. Like I hope to God we do.
Would
Yeah.
you like to see her like up against Sabretooth or Lady Deathstrike?
Lady Deathstrike would be a
Strike.
fun one. Yeah,
Absolutely.
because I mean that would be a very similar power fight with two females that would make sense. Like that would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope that we get to see that. I was watching like X2, like I said the other day, and man, yeah, I would be here for it.
What would be cool is actually if they let her take on Lady Deathstrike and Azazel together. That would be cool.
Oh. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can rock with that. So I'm Googling right now, and it's just like Logan was released 7 years ago, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And Daphne's like currently 19. So that means she was like doing stunts like that at like 12.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So Daphne's a kind of a beast if this really her and not like a stunt double.
I've been watching like a crazy amount of these interviews, the different countries that Shawn Levy and Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds have been going on when they've been showing these like first 30 minutes, and they do like this big press conference afterwards, and literally he's like, I know I said I was done with Wolverine. He's like, and I truly meant it, and he's like, because everybody wants to know why'd you say you were done, but now you're coming back. He's like, literally, Logan got done. It was out, and I made that statement. He said, I can't even lie. It was 3 days later. Deadpool movie came out and I watched it, and he's like in the middle of watching it, he's like, oh my God, I think I made a mistake. He's like, yeah. And literally it was in 2022, but he stood on that. And it was in 2022. They had already pitched, Ryan had actually already pitched a couple things to Kevin Feige and been shot down. And literally Hugh was driving on the side of the road, and he said it just hit me. He's like, I want to do this. He said I literally pulled off on the side of the road, did not talk to no agent, and called Ryan and Shawn immediately. And he said, I told Ryan, he's like, I want to do this. And he's like, there was like this long awkward pause. He's like, shit, this ain't good. He goes, and Ryan's like, no, I just we're like 3 hours before like pitching some movie. And like, so within 3 hours, him and Shawn Levy got on the phone, winged a pitch, and in 3 hours from Hugh Jackman's phone call, pitched it to Kevin Feige, and he accepted it and said, let's do this.
That's crazy because I mean you can see in X-Men or not X-Men, sorry, Deadpool 1 and Deadpool 2. They like both of them have like, Hugh Jackman's Wolverine in them.
Right.
And you see little clips of it and you're like, oh man, this has been like happening for so long. They've been setting this up. Apparently they haven't. That's wild.
Yeah. And he literally, like every interview, every time there's a press conference, Ryan and Shawn both said like, Hugh is our how and why we did this movie. He's like, because if it wasn't for him making that decision last minute, he's like, we would have never done this. He's like, we shot a couple ideas, it's been shot down, and nothing made sense until Hugh decided to come on. He's like, and then everything made sense. So yeah, I think it's a pretty awesome story. I'm glad he finally like caved in and realized, hey, I need to do this because this is what everybody's been wanting. So
yeah, you know Hugh Jackman is like a comic book nerd. It's just not as open in public as people need it to be.
Are you calling him a closet nerd?
I think so. He's like Deadpool and Wolverine is actually like a real Marvel comic storyline too, and then they're combining it with another like big storyline in Deadpool. I think it's Deadpool versus the Marvel Universe. It's the name of the story arc in the comics, so that's why they're calling it in the MCU the Deadpool versus Fox Universe story.
Right.
So if they're taking those two storylines and combining them together, this movie is going to break the internet soon.
Oh yeah, I'm like, I haven't heard any spoiler reviews, but like I've heard non-spoiler reviews, and oh my God, like people are praising it up and down. Like they said that like Infinity War was as important with the MCU stories, was like a number 10, Endgame maybe a number 9, and they said Deadpool and Wolverine is a number 8 as important to where the future is going for the MCU. So
I can't wait.
Yeah,
I can't wait to see it.
The hype is real. I've not heard one negative review or one review that said it was all right, mediocre, or it wasn't what we expected it, but it was okay. It's all been people grinning and cheesing from ear to ear the whole time they're talking about it. Yeah.
And I think we're all gonna cry at the end of this. Come on, like I know I am. Like
they say there's
for Marvel fans.
Yeah, I think it's going to be. I think we're going to be so fulfilled and full of joy. Like, yeah. Oh my God.
So talking about things that like bring us joy. You want to talk about the soundtrack?
Yeah. Oh. Yep. You ready? Here's a soundtrack list. Ooh. Epic soundtrack. But what else do we expect? Nothing less. But with that being said, and these amazing list of songs, it's probably impossible to pick one. So whether you want to pick 1, 2, or 3, let's start off with who's y'all's favorite on here?
Deontay, you want to go first?
Man, I got a 2-way tie because right now it's Fergie, Glamorous.
Yes.
Nice.
Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls.
Oh, both great songs. All these songs are so fucking great. Like, oh my God.
It's like whenever I first heard Iris as a kid growing up, like I immediately visioned myself with like the emo hairstyle, like yeah. I might have like a temporary emo phase. Yeah.
Hey, emo music's some of the best music. I'll say it right now. I never went through like an emo dress looking phase, but I hugely to this day still love my emo music.
Yeah. There was you see that meme. Oh.
No, you go ahead. You go with your meme first.
Yeah, you see that meme where it's just, "'Cause tonight will be the night that I will fly
over again." Yes.
That is where my love for Iris came from.
That's great. All right, Tay, what about you?
So real quick, there may or may not be a 7th grade yearbook photo of me with a very bad emo haircut and rocking that. But 100%, like anytime that AD and I like will go to like a party, and he's a DJ, so he'll like DJ the music. There's always a part in the night where we will just straight emo out with like everybody there. And it's just always a great time. It's always when you're like right at that like good faded like drunk side.
Right.
And we're all screaming it at the top of our lungs.
And that's when everybody's going to go with the most with it though.
Oh my God.
Big time.
Ocean Avenue? Come on.
Yeah. Come on.
Come on.
Hey, if only you saw me in Blake's Road Trips.
For real. Like I feel sorry for anybody's ears because like I love to sing. I love music. Like music is a huge part of my life, but I cannot sing a lick like at all. It's bad. So that's why I've always turned it way up, and I'd rather it drown me out so I can still yell at the top of my lungs and hopefully not be heard that bad.
Yeah, I can kind of sing. Like I can hold my own. I took chorus for a year in high school, but I played the clarinet for like 7 years of my life. So like I'm very musically knowledgeable, but music is a huge part of my life too. So I totally get you there.
Nice. Deontay can sing on the other hand. We'll karaoke sometimes together, and I make sure I stay a step lower than him. That way you can hear his voice.
Okay.
And that's crazy. I didn't even know Tay into music like that. That's wow.
Yeah, we have a whole room in our house, in every house that we've been, a whole room dedicated just to music.
Oh,
really?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm a former DJ myself. I also certified audio engineer, so I can work in any studio I want to. And I dabble in producing too. So I used to make beats like back when I was in Vegas, and I had like my own beat machine and stuff. So I love music forever.
Oh my God. I'm excited. Okay. All right, cool. I want to hear some of your beats, but to go with the soundtrack, there are 3 songs that I had as my top one because I could not pick one. So I did have Glamorous by Fergie because, you know, you gotta. Like, I can only imagine where they're going to put that. And then also it's how you spell glamorous. Like, it's how you know.
How you learn it.
If you know, now you know, but the other one that I had on my list was The Greatest Showman. Just because or The Greatest Show rather. Just because I can't imagine them not playing that and not having Zendaya up in some type of form of either MJ or from the movie itself. So I'm excited about what they do with that. If they bring somebody from there that's also kind of part of the universe, or just her as Zendaya, with the face, the face. And the last one on my list is You're the One I Want from Grease. Just because I grew up with that movie back when they had DVDs with the pamphlet inside where they had all of the lyrics to every song.
Damn.
Yeah, that's me. I love that song. I love Olivia Newton-John. Rest her soul, but just her in those black pants.
Oh
yeah, big time.
Big change of the whole movie. Big change. And then the craziest thing out of that movie, that's the car flies off into the air.
Yeah. just randomly starts flying. It's like Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, but
the movie's so great you don't question it. You just
no. You're just you're at an amusement park, but a fair, and all of a sudden you just start flying away in a car. Yeah, that's reasonable. John Travolta, right on, man. Go for it.
Somebody ran onto that movie set and dared the director to do it. He said, "All right, I ain't no punk."
He said Manchester.
You're not going to hurt my ego.
So my two has already been mentioned. My number one would be The Greatest Show, but then it's neck and neck, and it comes in number two. If I had to pick, it comes in number two, the one that I want. So huge Greatest Showman fan, huge, love it. Can't watch it enough. I get choked up every time I see it. I don't care how prepared I am. But then huge Grease fan. My God, I get a lot of flack for being a Grease fan, but I love Grease. And
you don't.
yeah. I love that. I really love
you.
it. Oh my God, I feel so safe. I'm not gonna lie. But not as safe. I feel way safer than if you were watching Grease 2, which we don't really talk about because that's
Why
dangerous
would you
and bad.
Bring that up?
It's
Why
so
would
bad.
You do that?
Man, now we have to mind wipe him with the Men in Black thing.
But speaking of the Greatest Show song, so with these interviews I've been watching with the cast and after they've been doing these showings, I love this story. So Ryan was talking about how he said his kids absolutely love The Greatest Showman. And he's like, they play it all the time. They know it word for word. They love to try to dance and mimic it, And he's like, I go into my house and I hear it playing. He's like, I see one of them around the corner. They're just getting with it singing. He's like, and then I didn't realize Hugh was home. He's at my home. He goes, and then I walk around the corner more. He's like, and Hugh is reenacting the movie in front of the TV for them and singing and dancing to it. And he's like, while they're singing with him. And he said, literally, it's probably one of my most favorite sentimental memories I will cherish forever. He's like, it means so much to me that, he didn't have to be like that or do that with my kids. And he's like, he doesn't even hesitate to do it. He's like, and it's crazy. He's like, my kids are so young. They don't realize how special and amazing this is to have Hugh Jackman dancing and reenacting this movie in front of them. They think it's just normal. But he's like, he's probably one of my top memories I will always keep in my heart. He's like, Hugh is such an amazing human being. He's like,
you did that for Ryan's kids?
Yeah. And so then Hugh makes a joke. He's like, yeah, Ryan loved it. He's like, it was great. Mm-hmm. He said, but then when he kicked me out is when his kids started calling me daddy. He's like, and then he's like,
y'all ever seen Inside Out? New core memory unlocked.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
But yeah, man, if you ever get a chance to get online and I think one of the interviews was in Germany, I think one was in London, I think one was in Japan or somewhere. The press conferences are worth watching. You just get so much more personable with these actors, and you hear who they are off screen and experiences they are, and there's some really heartfelt stuff. I mean, this group of cast, especially Hugh and Ryan, they legitimately are some great human beings with some of the biggest hearts, and everybody that's worked with them on these movies praised them up and down. said that they make it like, I mean, Shawn, I mean, Emma Corrin, like so many, they're like, we've never had so much fun and it'd be so easy for somebody to bring something to life and to help us create what we need to be. And then like if something wasn't right or we weren't comfortable with something, you know, they're like, we would rush and take our time and we would do it until it felt just right for everybody. Like, there's like zero complaints. There's like one huge family full of love on making this film.
Yeah.
So,
but speaking of great things to come out of this movie, have y'all seen these Xbox controllers? Because there's two of them. The booty cheeks, the booties. Oh my god.
FREAK.
When you're talking about glamorous, let's talk about these booty cheeks.
Very cheeky, very cheeky.
Don't, my anaconda, don't.
And what's great about the ass cheeks on these things, like if you're not comfortable playing with them, they're actually magnetic on the back, and the butt cheeks pop off, and so you can still play with them. But when you're done, you put them booty cheeks back on, you set them up for everybody to stare at. So,
oh my god,
yeah, very cheeky controllers.
So you know that someone's going to try to 3D print them after this, right?
Oh yeah.
So there's going to be like knockoff versions for sure, but like it literally, like I'm looking at it and I'm like, man, do I want to play Xbox again? Like it's making me want to play Xbox again.
No.
I mean, like, you don't have to if you don't want to. We'll just get one for Will, and then he can share it with us.
There you go. I would buy two just to set up to look at. Like I hate the Xbox controller. I'm gonna be straight honest with you. I prefer the PlayStation all day long over Xbox. But I would so buy those just to put up on a shelf and have the ass cheeks facing outward.
Like would you put it in the glass decoration? Yeah. So by the way, if you look to your left, you see Wolverine cheeked up on a Sunday. Also, Deadpool cheeked up on a Sunday.
You can figure up some like some shadow box, and do some nice display. But yeah. The stuff they're coming out with, like also I didn't get the picture of it. I forgot to load it up. But didn't you say there was also only 3,000 was being made, some kind of plush doll?
Yes. So there is a plush doll of Deadpool, and there's only going to be 3,000 of them made. Apparently, they're being sold at Walmart, but you can also get them online. And they look pretty badass. It looks pretty badass. It looks really cool.
And Ryan, I think with Mattel, they set the price for $69.69. Ryan's like, see what we did there? You're welcome.
We did,
guys. I will be right back. I got to make the trip to Walmart real quick, and
right.
Like I'm about to beat somebody up over this shit.
Oh my gosh! So I found out like those popcorn. I want the Wolverine popcorn bucket so bad, and I found out they're only going to be in AMC theaters, I believe.
Damn.
Yep.
What movie theater are you guys going to go see Deadpool and Wolverine in?
What? No?
It's under the Marcus franchise.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to a Harkins here, so I'm not even going to an AMC either. So
we don't have I think our closest AMC is St. Louis, probably.
Yeah.
But that sounds far.
I guarantee you, those dudes will be on eBay soon for like triple the price.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Man. I mean, like I have an AMC near me. It's at Westgate, but that's like a whole 30-minute drive, and that's a whole thing. Westgate's too popular. Like. Deontay knows.
If you need me to, if I find 3, I'll get us 3.
Yeah. If you come across a way to get them, let me know. I would definitely. I would definitely, please.
Absolutely.
Okay. Oh my god!
Happy birthday, Tay and Blake.
and I'm not one that buys like popcorn buckets, but like I need that popcorn bucket.
Oh,
yeah.
I eat enough popcorn at home that I can make some use out of it.
For real.
I just want to put mine like on top of my cabinet for display.
Oh man. I pass it down to your grandkids, man.
On top of my cabinet, not in the bedroom. I promise.
When I die, you can inherit this lovely.
It's going to be in between the 2 controllers.
Yeah. A shadow box with a popcorn bucket that looks questionable and 2 cheeky controllers on each side.
Don't think about it. Just do it.
Right. Don't think about it. Just admire it when you come to the house. Don't look at it too long. Something's gonna write.
Have your kids competing over the wheel. Like Dad's gonna write it to me.
Oh, well, on to the next thing. Also, speaking of a couple of my favorite Marvel directors, Shawn Levy at first was in talks, but I'm going to be honest with you. When I've heard that the Russo brothers are back being in talk, I want these guys to be our next Avengers directors. They did Infinity War and Endgame, I feel like, so well. So well. I think they did really well with that many characters, putting them together with the flow. I know there's some people it's like hit and miss. Some people don't agree with them with how they did those. But let's be honest. I mean, there's some of Marvel's most successful movies, and there's a reason for it. And they're used to working with that many characters. And I did hear this wasn't a negative thing, but I did hear from one YouTuber. They're like, after seeing this, they did amazing with the Deadpool Wolverine and all the old characters that they brought in, cameos, and gave them their stories and stuff. But they're like, we still feel like the Russo brothers, after seeing this, has done better work with multiple characters, and they deserve to be the ones doing this. And I hope it's them. What's y'all's opinion? Do y'all want to see them come back, or do you have anybody else in mind? Or
so, for our fans that don't know, the Russo Bros, they did the Avengers Endgame and Infinity War. So for me, hell yeah, bring them back.
Right.
I'm ready for it. Like, I would love to see another movie, directed by them.
They've proven themselves. I mean,
Yeah.
I personally
Those some
feel
bad motherfuckers, man.
right,
Big time. Like, I'm pretty sure they did Civil War too. So if you guys are familiar with the Captain America franchise, oh my god, Civil War was like the best one.
Well, did they do Winter Soldier too? I think. I
want to say it was either them or Jon Favreau.
Okay, I feel like they did Winter Soldier too. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they did Civil War and Winter Soldier. That's God, man. These dudes are beasts at what they do. Like, they understand Marvel Comics very well. Translate everything to live action. It should be a no-brainer. Like, why did they walk away from the MCU in the first place? Like, this is your home. You can make all the money in the world just by sticking with Team Feige and just letting all the nerds eat.
For real.
So speaking of Feige, did you guys see that interview with him with Brandon Davis?
Yes.
So first of all, I don't know if y'all saw the jacket and the hat, but I need that jacket.
Yes.
I need that hoodie.
I low key want the broken heart necklace, so I can.
Are you gonna give the other half to Deontay?
Yeah.
I don't want to be shamed in public too hard, so I'll wear it under my shirt sometimes. But
are you going to be the Wolvie chain or the
definitely the Wolvie chain. Yeah.
Yeah. I will gladly take.
I would never fight you, but I will fight you over that. But yeah, so no, Brandon Davis, if he's with a Phase Zero podcast, he's also got a whole bunch of Hall H panels that he's getting ready to do next weekend. Huge, big into Marvel. Like, his podcast is great, and he's been around for a long time. And we got a little clip here from him kind of questioning Kevin about X-Men, mutants coming into the MCU, X-Men versus Avengers. Is it possible? Let me just kind of drop this here.
X-Men movies. I came out about 10 years old, and I loved the X-Men movies. And then the MCU came 2008, fell in love with the MCU, Iron Man, the Avengers, and I was like, I really want to see these characters together. And that's how I learned what movie rights are. They can't, because Fox had the X-Men, Disney had the Avengers. Yes. Now they're all under one roof. And I have to ask, is that, like, those originals, you brought Hugh back. Has Hugh coming back maybe reinvigorated some interest from people we thought might be done? Could we see an Avengers versus X-Men type event that combines those casts?
Well, what's fun is it's all possible now. And I'm glad that we could educate you on film rights and IP law. And I also learned those things when I started at Marvel a long time ago. And the frustration of when you don't have access to all of your characters. So when we were doing Civil War, for instance, or even the Infinity War, there were just dozens of characters that we had to take out of those comic stories because we didn't have access to them. Now, as we choose upcoming storylines, we don't have to do that.
So that's very promising. I don't know how that cannot make you smile. I mean, and what's crazy is, like, the way he said that about, he's like, with the Fox X-Men mutants, I don't think they're done being in the MCU, and I don't know which ones they're going to be. And he talked about, this allows stories for new mutants to come in as well, but also gives narratives that we can use some of these older mutants that are fan favorites that we've seen in the Fox universe. So it definitely sounds like they have something up their sleeve that's like X-Men versus Avengers or something similar. I mean,
Yeah. Also, in this interview, you hear them talk about the Avengers Tower and the fact that it's been bought out, and that we're going to see it soon. Because he just said, "Yeah, you're going to see it soon." Like without a doubt, he just said, "Yep, you're going to see it soon." But then when they started talking about Thunderbolts, he's like, "Oh, like what do you mean by soon?" And then he was like, "I don't know, like a year." And he's like, "Yeah, you'll see it then." So
but
that
you could have
makes me
closed in more on time. So
that's exactly what I thought. But for like the Avengers Tower being bought out, because he said yes so fast, I was like, okay, so the only thing that's coming out really this year is really this Deadpool and Wolverine movie. So we're going to see it in this movie, like them take over the Avengers Tower. Someone's going to take over.
I don't think so. So here's what I think. I think so. He says, okay, so I don't know. So I think that aren't we getting Daredevil Born Again beginning of next year, like in spring of next year?
Yeah, it is next. Yeah.
I think that's when we're going to find out.
Yeah. Okay.
Because he said that it's been the same person. They've had it set as the same person since Homecoming. And I mean, I guess they can say anything, but I'd like to think that that's true. And so obviously we heard it was Mephisto for so long, but one of the other latest rumors is that Kingpin bought it, or Fantastic Four will bought it, and that's going to be the Baxter Building. And all three of those could be very, very possible. And we're getting Fantastic Four movie next year. So we have a full year where we can find out, is it Mephisto, is it Kingpin, or is it going to be the new Baxter Building for the Fantastic Four? Okay. But yeah, and then so the Thunderbolt with the asterisk thing, he's like, oh, it could be, he's like, will we find out soon? He's like, well, what's your definition of soon, like you said? And he's like, I don't know, a year. He's like, oh yeah. I think the Thunderbolt asterisk thing, we're going to find out either at the Hall H panel or in August at the D23 Expo. I think that's where we're going to find that out. I really do. And I don't think
we also have the San Diego Comic-Con coming up, right?
Yeah. So the Hall H panels in San Diego. That's what I was talking about. Yeah. And that's next weekend. So I think that he will talk about it then, or I think it's 2 weeks later is D23. And they're going to be at both with different Marvel announcements. So I think it's going to be at one of those two. We're going to find out by August.
Okay.
Actually, now that I think about it, they're doing SDCC this weekend. I think like the 28th.
You're right. Shoot, you're right. Yeah. It's this weekend, not next weekend. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was so upset. Yeah.
Tomorrow, I think they start tomorrow from Wednesday all the way to like Saturday or Sunday. Like it's one of the longer cons.
Yeah, because that's where Brandon's doing the panels and stuff. So yeah, you're right. I forgot about that. But then D23's
couldn't go.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And D23 I think is in 2 or 3 weeks. I know it's in August. So
yeah.
God, so hop, skip, and a jump away.
And like some of the theories about Thunderbolts, they're like, they could be changing the name to Dark Avengers. And Dark Avengers, if I'm not mistaken, was ran by Norman Osborn, put together by Norman Osborn. And I would love to see, if it was to change the name from Thunderbolts, I would like to see it go to Dark Avengers and it be created by Norman Osborn. And we get Norman Osborn in Spider-Man 4, we get him maybe at the end of Thunderbolts or Dark Avengers, whatever you want to call it. And then we get him in Spider-Man 4, or maybe we get a little bit more of him in Daredevil, just some little cameos and little clips or something. And then we get his like full launch of his character in Spider-Man 4. That would be sick.
Yeah, I'm almost positive he has photos right now on his Instagram account where he was on the set of Moon Knight when they were filming season 1. I don't know what. I don't know what the hell he was doing on that set. But,
who?
The guy that plays Norman Osborn. What is his name?
Norman Osborn hasn't came into the MCU yet, has he?
Not that we been told on record, but
he supposedly is in there and we just don't know it.
He wasn't even suited up. He just took a picture next to Oscar Isaac and then like Ethan Hawke, and it was just like, why are you on this set?
Huh? Are you talking about the guy that played like Norman Osborn in the last Sony versus Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield?
Yeah, what is his name? His name. He played Green Goblin in the Toby Maguire's Spider-Man.
Willem Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe. Yeah, he was on the set of Moon Knight.
Really? Huh.
Yeah.
So I have heard rumors that Willem Dafoe will be coming back in another Marvel movie. I don't know which one I've heard the rumors from, but I heard that Willem Dafoe, it may have been Secret Wars he may be coming back in, but I feel like there was another Marvel movie they said that there's a strong rumor that he's going to be popping back up in as well, because him and I think Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man is supposed to be popping back up here soon in a Marvel movie as well. So I hope I think Andrew Garfield deserves some more screen time. That guy was done dirty. So
man, honestly, I don't mind seeing more Willem Dafoe either, because it's like if you're really going to show up in like season 2 of Moon Knight, maybe, or something crazy like Thunderbolts, at least Thunderbolts will be believable because he is the leader of the Dark Avengers. They also have Sentry in Thunderbolts, and Sentry's evil version is a member of the Dark Avengers. So they have all the ingredients to make this, and it's just you wonder if they're going to actually cook it or not.
Oh yeah, for sure. I don't know. I think Willem Dafoe plays a great psychotic villain. I mean, honestly,
love Willem Dafoe. Anytime I think of him, like, or anytime anyone says his name, I immediately think of How I Met Your Mother when they're like talking about Willem Dafoe. So that's immediately where my brain goes anytime anyone says his name. I know, corny, but that's where I'm at.
I think Blake and his son are actually rewatching How I Met Your Mother, aren't y'all? Or
not yet. No, he's been on me about wanting to watch it, and we're trying to finish Suits right now. So we're watching Suits. I love Suits. He's in love with it. We're watching Suits and The Office together right now. So
yeah, The Office, How I Met Your Mother, excuse me, all classic shows.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
So, to a little bit of DC news.
Ooh.
We actually have Kumail Nanjiani. I'm sure I probably butchered his name. That was on Eternals, who is supposedly the source by Daniel Rickman, which is a very good source. Supposed to be coming into the DC verse, playing Booster Gold, our time traveling loser from the future.
Man.
But he's obviously not your typical Booster Gold from the comics, but I think he could pull off like that character. I think he's hilarious, man. And we already know like that dude is so jacked. Like he got jacked for Eternals, and they said they literally had to make him stop working out because he was getting so much bigger than everyone else and bigger than they wanted him to. They made him stop. Yeah, and so like the dude's already built for it. The dude's comedy is there, so I think he can pull off.
Is out of this world, man.
Yes.
One of the most notorious work ethics in show business.
Yeah,
so
I'd be excited to. Yeah, 100%. I could see it. I'm excited to see that. However, there's no like release date yet of like this TV series. They did supposedly. There's a rumor that it started taping on the 9th of July. So maybe we'll get some more news about that soon. Yeah, there's a rumor about that from what I read. Yeah.
Well, we love rumors.
Yes, we do.
Mainly for sure. It's crazy because the initial reaction to the post that announced this was just people just laughing at it and talking shit in the comments. They were like, watch this dude blow his performance out the water and fucking shuts down all the haters. I can't wait, man.
Well, I'll be straight up honest with you. For the next DC news we're about to talk about, I'm more excited about the Booster Gold, and I'm more nervous and worried about what we're about to show everybody. So there's been leaked photos of the Superman set. And we now see Nathan Fillion as Green Lantern, and we see Hawk Girl. Let me tell you right now. Obviously, I'm not a DC fan, but I have high hopes for James Gunn redoing the DC verse, and I give everything a chance. And I'm telling you right now, this is scary. Like, I don't have high hopes for the DC turnaround.
Maybe enough people clown it like they did with Sonic that they change Nathan Fillion's Green Lantern.
Please.
Because that bowler haircut.
That and the
Like,
outfits. I mean, like, why?
woo!
Like, they. Mm.
He's trying to get he's trying to go for like a comic book accurate Guy Gardner, but it's just like he does have the notorious bowl cut, but I don't know if Nathan Fillion needed that.
No, he didn't, and
Yeah.
let alone why can't you make one look more natural instead of that's obviously a bad wig. I mean, they're going to have to CGI this man's hair. I mean,
oh my god, it's
oh man, James,
like
I dare you to do this, James. I dare you.
And like James Gunn is a talented guy, and like I don't know why he's going this route, and I pray to God we get the finished product, and it makes all of us eat crow. Like I hope it makes us eat crow, and it's not going to be nowhere near as bad as all these leak photos we're getting.
Man,
but
please.
The amount of name actors that they have in this movie. Why are they doing this?
Yeah, what was it? One of y'all that made the joke today that they put all the money in the big name actors, so they couldn't afford the good suits and the good marketing.
Yep, I said the production levels are. They couldn't put any money into that, so they just spent it all on big name actors because the amount of actors that they have in it. Wasn't there also a leaked photo of Robert Pattinson's Batman also on set?
I don't know. I've not seen that. So
okay.
Yeah,
it's possible.
Yeah, I saw like a photo of it. I could be totally wrong, but yeah, I thought that's what I had seen.
Oh my god, that'd be the only decent suit on set then.
Yeah,
I mean honestly.
But like, it's only gonna be like a flash of him. I bet. Like if he is in it, like it's just gonna be like I'm here, I'm Batman, and then he like goes away.
I want him to stay separated, please.
Well, we shouldn't be getting a shot at him though, because Matt Reeves' Batman is separate from the DC Gunn universe. Because the Batman that's going to be in the DC Gunn universe is going to be Brave and the Bold.
Okay.
Batman, it's going to be a whole new actor. So I think someone's messing with somebody when they made that post, because like their universes will not be connected at all.
Okay.
I just not thought about that.
The craziest thing I've heard so far is that he's supposed to be running with the Elseworlds project for DC. Yes. So he could be playing with like the multiverse for Marvel type of situation. Mm-hmm. So maybe we could see Pattinson on that condition. But not in James.
I feel like right off the bat with the Superman Legacy going to be the first movie of the turnaround really of the DC verse. I don't think they need to throw something like that in. They're immediately confusing so many people. Mm-hmm. Like that, if they're going to do that, that needs to be on down the road. But after you've already brought in your Brave and the Bold Batman, you don't need to be doing stuff like that.
Please do not copy the multiverse idea that early into your cinematic universe. No.
I mean, we understand y'all wanting to be successful, and Marvel's paving the trail for showing you how to be successful. But y'all still have failed to nail it. So let's hold on to the brakes.
Yeah,
pump the brakes. Just So speaking of other DC things, today we did have a Joker 2 trailer come out. And honestly, like for me, like I don't know like how many of you like actually watch like serial killer documentaries or like documentaries about like really anybody that like goes to jail. But that's literally what it is giving me vibes of, is like serial killer vibes. Like how when like I can't remember what his name was. The guy that Zac Efron played.
Oh, Ted Bundy.
Yes. When Bundy went to jail, like so many people started writing love letters to him. And that's literally the vibes that I'm getting from this, from like Lady Gaga. But the funniest thing that I saw already in the comments of YouTube was that it said Joker and then like semicolon, A Star Is Born. And I died laughing because I love that thought, especially because like she's singing in it and like, then you got like that creepy vibe. But like, honestly, like I'm excited. Like I'm kind of looking forward to this just because of how well the first Joker movie did and the gore and
So I absolutely love the first Joker, but I almost feel like this is going to be a completely different vibe. Obviously, we know it's going to be a musical. They're laying into letting us know heavily every trailer it's going to be a musical, but then like how the first one ended, we're struggling to know what's really true, what was really in his head. And like, I'm not gonna lie, all I can think about through every trailer I've seen so far of this Joker 2 is she and everybody else in his head. I mean, because there's so many quick scenes that keep splitting up, and a lot of it seems like imagined scenes, honestly, out of his mind. So I'm like, I'm just really curious where they're going to take this story and how they're going to run with it. And like, I know for me, I think they did a really great job of just being a standalone mental health movie on the first one. And that, I'm going to be honest with you, it seems so realistic. You could have never known that Joker was a part of a Batman, and like, just that was a great movie, standalone by itself. And I hope they keep going that route with him, because I think almost it wouldn't really make sense, or it would end up failing if they try to bring in some Batman or something like that. But I don't know. I hope it's done right. I do. I want it to be good. I'm on the fence about it though. I'm not completely sold right now. I am hearing great rumors that Lady Gaga's performance in this is like amazing. Like they said like she just nails the performance. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
That's my boo. She's got to kill this performance.
I hope.
Yeah, Joker 1 was like an origin story, and it's like the goal for that movie was to get people to have sympathy for Arthur Peck, and they achieved it. So it's like the whole movie, like you kind of understand where he's coming from, have sympathy for the Joker, and then you watch him unfold and become the psychotic character he is now in the comic books, and going on murder sprees. Then I believe Joker 1 ended with him getting shot by a cop, and his body was just laying on the hood of a cop car. So we don't know if that was implied that he died. So we could be looking at him in the afterlife with this movie.
No, I think it ended with them in an insane asylum or the correctional place, and they were chasing him in the hallway. Because
it's been such a long time since I've seen that movie.
Because I think like he killed his therapist, I think, and then they were chasing him in the hallway because he had bloody footprints and stuff.
Yeah, because it's been so long since I've seen it, and the last memory I had was just seeing his body laying there on the hood of the cop car. I don't know if the movie ended or kept going.
It kept going.
If the movie, if it kept going, then he's not like in like an afterlife stasis in this movie, and he's probably just dreaming everything that's happening to him.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like the way they did that, you just don't know. Like, it's hard to decipher. And I guess that's what this movie will do. I mean, I'm sure it's going to tell us and give us more explanation.
Yeah.
I would like Easter eggs though. Easter eggs would be nice.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I would love some decent Easter eggs. I mean, honestly, right now, out of it all, everything DC is being done, whether it's connected or not connected, that's probably one of my top DC films, really. So.
Yeah, Joker's the man. I'm probably going to go see this, despite all the hate that it's getting. And when I find out that it's actually a good quality movie, I'm going to rub this shit in everybody's face.
I said I was excited. Hey, hold on.
I'm the only one on the fence, so like. But we got some Spawn news today, and I know Deontay, you're the big Spawn fan, correct?
Yes.
So you want to tell us a little bit about this?
Absolutely. Todd McFarlane just posted this on all his social media today, and he's had everybody going fucking nuts. Two of the writers, I believe, have like a history of writing for Marvel. And I forgot what the third writer came from, but all of those guys got hired to help do the script. Todd McFarlane oversaw it, so they're trying to stay as close to the comics as possible. And they don't have a release date yet, or at least not an announcement about what their first filming day is going to be. But today we just confirmed that the storyline that they're going to use for this movie is the King Spawn storyline.
And they filed for that trademark today or this past week, didn't they? To keep that name solid. Yeah.
So it's like supposed to be sticking to Jamie Foxx playing Al Simmons. So those of you that are not familiar, Michael Jai White was the first Al Simmons. There may be talks of seeing him again for this movie. So if you guys seen the '96 Spawn movie, oh my god, it's a '90s classic as far as like a dark superhero story goes. And this movie King Spawn that just got greenlit now is going to be even darker. It's supposed to be like a horror movie.
Yeah, it's from Blumhouse.
Oh,
So if anyone knows anything about Blumhouse, like it's gonna be lit. Like I love Blumhouse. Anything that Blumhouse does, like I'm like, take my money because I want to see it.
Have all the bangers.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh my god! So this is done on our list, and y'all don't know about this, but it just popped in my head while you talk about Blumhouse, and I hope this is true. I know it's wild. It's a rumor that's like, oh wow, like that's crazy, but I think it would work. So we know the issues that Blade's been going through with writers, right?
Mm.
All right. So I really hope that in Hall HRD 23 we get some better news on Blade. But Jordan Peele has on his Instagram teased a movie he's doing with just the date, which is 2 years from now. And they say it's a one-word title. And everybody's like, oh, the vibes of it feels like Blade. They're like, can you imagine if Jordan Peele came into the MCU and did the Blade movie?
Please.
And he nailed it.
Please.
Oh my god. I think he could do it. I think he could.
Yes.
Man. And like I would love to see someone from comedy and these horror movies he already makes. And his movies are great. I love his movies. I would love to see this man come into the MCU and do Blade.
Yeah, he's got some bangers under his belt, man. But I think like his chemistry, Mahershala Ali would definitely be a plus for this movie. Man, people are so picky about their directors nowadays, and I kind of understand why. So it's just like, make sure you hire the best writer you can fucking find,
right?
And make sure Blade is immaculate.
It needs to be. Oh, and someone kind of asked Kevin Feige over this past week about. They kind of mentioned Blade. One of the interviewers did, and all he would say, he's like, "Listen, we're doing it." He said, but it needs to be perfect, so we're not rushing it. We're going to do what we have to do to make sure it's perfect. And then that's all he would say about it.
Thank you.
I love that they're that way, though, that they don't rush things, and they're like, if we need more time, we're going to take more time.
Well, it's just like with Brandon Davis. He's a big Nova fan, and we've heard the rumors of Nova for a while. And Brandon asked about Nova again, and he's like, Nova's coming. It's still coming, I promise. But the way he answered Brandon, when Brandon's like, when, it's going to be 3 to 4 years down the road.
Why he's such a boss? I promise I'll give you the movie you've always wanted your entire life. I promise.
Right.
And Brandon was pretty much like, okay, yeah, cool. I'll wait. It's cool. Like, it's
been waiting this long. As long as
Papa
I'm
getting says
so. Oh, let's see. Next on the list, we got some Lord of the Rings news. Something we haven't really heard in a long time. But I'm here for this. We are supposed to be getting a movie, The Hunt for Gollum. They actually, it's supposed to be released in 2026. Here recently, Elijah Woods was asked about it, and he's like, nothing's been said to me about it, but it's supposed to be taking place like at the very beginning of Fellowship of the Ring. And he's like, but hands down, if they come to me, he's like, I'm in. Ian McKellen's done publicly said that he's down for it, and Viggo Mortensen, he done publicly made a statement saying I'm down to be there too.
Yes.
Ian McKellen was asked a couple more questions, and he played dumb. He's like, "Oh, nothing's been said to me about it, but I'm definitely here for it."
Come on, he's playing the Marvel game too long. We know.
Yeah, I feel like this man knows more than he's leading on, because the man's growing his beard back out.
Oh,
why else would Ian McKellen be growing a big beard back out unless he's going to be playing Gandalf the Grey?
Or it would be Gandalf the Grey now, because he hasn't turned to Gandalf the White yet.
Right,
before the Fellowship. Oh my god. Okay, cool.
I think he knows more than he's leading on, and I think he's at least definitely going to be in it. It makes sense for him to be in it. Depending on what storyline and how they go about it, obviously it may not make sense for Viggo or Elijah to be in it, but no matter how they go about it, they can definitely put Gandalf in it. So I'm super excited about that. And of course, Andy Serkis will of course be our Gollum. So,
and this is supposed to be by Peter Jackson too, right? The original filmmaker. He's the one that's actually signed on for it.
I believe so.
Yeah, so this is our first like live action since the like trilogy of the Lord of the Rings, and then you had the Hobbit. So this will be and the Rings of Power.
Yeah.
So this will be like the first live action, because we do have the animated movie coming out in December of this year, which is supposed to be like 200 years before the Hobbit. So I'm interested to see about that. Just because I love Lord of the Rings, and every single year we have to watch like the extended version, like all the way through.
Oh, that's the only way to watch it.
Yeah, no, you can't just like not. So yeah, no, I'm excited to see what they do with this, just because I love Lord of the Rings, and they're taking some more stuff from the books, and I've never read any of the books. They're daunting, they're huge, but I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm here for it. Like, so I'll be honest with you. Like, I love the Lord of the Rings trilogy. The Hobbit to me was okay, but I was not sold on it like I was the original trilogy. And I'm not gonna lie. I think obviously with how CGI and technical stuff's constantly advancing. Oh my god, I would love to see a live action movie now with just how quick we advance every year.
Yeah,
and I definitely want Ian McKellen back. And obviously, nobody can play Gollum but Andy Serkis.
Give me Ian McKellen in either, like, I don't know, Deadpool and Wolverine, or like the new Lord of the Rings. I don't care what you give me with him, but I will take it. I love that man. Yeah. Sir Ian McKellen. Yes.
That's right. But also in the news, we have something from our childhood, which to me, the best movies was from our childhood, but they're still not bad. And who doesn't love dinosaurs? But we're supposed to be getting a 7th Jurassic Park. It's going to be called Jurassic World Rebirth. And one of my favorite actresses is in it. Oh, ScarJo.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. I would love to see her in a Jurassic World movie. I think she could do well. Obviously, we know like she's capable of anything. All the different movies she's been in, there's no action she can't do. She can sell you on any character. She's got it. Also, Mahershala Ali is going to be in this.
Okay.
Yep, he's on. Bryce Dallas Howard has 100% said she's not going to be in any more Jurassic World films. Yep. And Chris Pratt is playing coy and not giving a straight answer on anything.
Yeah, he's not on the IMDb. So I'm interested to see what they do with this, because from like what I've read, they said it could either be a Jurassic World 4, or they can call it Jurassic City, was something else that I saw. So I was like, okay, so like they had 3 for the Jurassic Park, they had 3 for Jurassic World. Is this going to be our next 3? So
it makes sense. I mean, to name it something different. So
yeah.
And I know a lot of people are like, it's like mixed reviews with Chris Pratt, but it would not hurt my feelings. They brought Chris Pratt. I love Chris Pratt. I'm not gonna lie, guilty pleasure. I think he's hilarious.
He's the bro. He's the bro. I can't hate on him.
Yeah, for real. That's the perfect way to put it. I love his Star-Lord, man. Oh my god.
Man, somebody's gonna be feeling that in the comments.
Oh yeah,
So,
but that's supposed to be coming in July 2nd of 2025. So we have a while. That's when it's at least expected. But that's we have a while to like hear some news. It's like at least a full year before like any of that.
And honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if it's a little further in the year we get it, because I mean, if it being close to a year out, we should be seeing some filming leaks already. So I think it may be towards the end of next year if we get it, because I think they should start filming already. Typically, if they're only a year out from the release date.
Yeah, and July the 2nd is a good release date. So if you want to release it on July the 2nd, you can.
Is there any specific reason why?
I mean, a certain guy in here was born on that day.
Okay.
He said, "Happy birthday to me." Speaking of release dates and having to wait 2 years for the last season of something, let's talk about the season finale of The Boys 4, season 4. And man, was this season wild? Was this last episode wild?
It was a roller coaster.
Which one of you want to go first and just tell us your thoughts? Who wants to give a rundown of the last episode? And then let's just, Deontay, you want to do that?
I sure can.
All right.
Oi, oi, oi. Homelander killed me wife. I'm gonna. That's like my intrusive thoughts always taking over when I just go full Billy Butcher in here.
Who killed your wife?
Oi, oi, Homelander. I feel my accent is horrible.
I love it though.
Yeah.
You tell this episode in Billy's voice the whole time.
Oh God, man. That would be a feat. That would definitely be a feat for this show. Billy Butcher, he left us on a high note, and some people are just like, "Wow, Billy," and I get it. Like Billy's a ruthless man from day one, and people are not expecting this major spoiler to happen. Billy kills Victoria Newman, so rest in peace to Bay. She didn't stand a fighting chance against him, fully souped out, and fighting some kind of alien soup cancer that came from Compound V. Mm-hmm. And oh man, seeing those tentacles come out of his body was just like
just like the rabbit, we saw it happen. Dude, that was so badass. But
except he survived.
Yeah. Well, he didn't have someone stomp on him. Did Butcher stomp on it?
Not yet.
But I mean, like, what was really cool, speaking of V in this episode, was that we got to see some of those Gen Vs, man.
Yes,
like, we finally got to see it. The things that I said in the last episode, like, came to fruition in this season finale. So excited. We got to see Soldier Boy, in his cryo chamber looking thing. So excited about that. We still don't have the next date for Gen V to come out because of the unfortunate death of one of the stars on it. So that's unfortunate, but hopefully next year sometime between the ending of this one and before the next or the last season of The Boys comes out in 2026.
I hope it plays out like a Boys, like I know it's gonna be Gen V, labeled as Gen V, but I really hope it plays out like The Boys season 4.5, because I really don't see how they can't now with bringing these characters right at the end of this.
Yeah,
like these characters are gonna be heavily involved with our the Boys cast, so like let it play out like that, and I think you'll appease the fans. Everybody will be happy, still make great money. And you're talking about Soldier Boy. You know they had to bring Soldier Boy back in season 5 if they're bringing Jared Padalecki in.
Yeah, we got Jeopardy. We got the whole Supernatural squad reunion on The Boys, and
you even got Bobby, the senator guy. Just
Bobby Singer, I believe.
Yeah. Just like everybody's there. I can't wait. I have nothing else to say.
It's an incredible show. Like this season, nonstop banger performances from everybody. Anthony Starr specifically,
got
the internet going crazy for him because his performance in like episode 4, I believe, and 6 were like the two like most popular ones, and we've seen him torture people that helped raise him as a kid. Groom him into the superhero he is now. And he's had moments where he's just like being like a really toxic dad to his son Ryan. And it's like, God, dude, why is Anthony Starr playing this character that damn good?
Yeah, and they say like he's nothing like his character in real life, like nothing. Like this dude's the acting's phenomenal. Like the dude deserves an award. I truly feel like he does. If the man don't get an award, he deserves a great role in a very successful movie franchise. MCU, I'm just saying. Papa Feige, if you're hearing us, take notes. But
please.
Oh my God, and like we also got to hear Kimiko yell for Frenchie speak for the first time as Frenchie was being led away, and oh my God, it's just so epic. Like it's so epic.
These guys were supposed to be making a fucking run for it, and Homelander's crew was already like 10 steps ahead of him and arresting them like before they could escape. And it's just like, wow, this is bad. This is really, really bad for them.
Yeah.
Like, so either y'all like know what or have any theories of what Sage's plan 2 is? Because she's like, this is plan 1. If you just would have listened to me, I was just gonna see if I can get away with it type thing. Like, Oh my god, I'm not. I'm curious what. See what like. Do you think like she's going to really team up, or you think she's going to still end up screwing everybody over and just being a boss lady and end up getting Homelander killed, getting everybody killed, where like she's left to rule on top?
I hope it's the latter of the two. Honestly,
She could
That's
very
my
well.
yeah. Yeah, I
Oh,
want to see
man.
her rule because she is a smart lady, and now that Firecracker is kind of like out of the way, out of Homelander's life, I want to see that happen.
God.
Oh man, so I was thinking, and I still don't know because like they're at the end, Firecracker looked healthy, right? But like when she was getting sick, I was like, did they figure out a way to get her the virus? But then she said she was getting sick from from the milk medicine she was
drugs.
taking. Yeah.
The milk medicine.
I didn't know how else to put that, but yeah. And like I mean, she looked like she was getting deathly ill.
Oh
And
yeah.
So
she
I'm
looked bad.
like, man, somebody done figured a way to get a virus in her and see about spreading it in Vought Tower. But then there at the end, she seems like back to being super healthy. So I'm like, well, maybe that's not the route they went. So I don't know.
Maybe she stopped taking the medicine.
Maybe she did. She was like, screw what he wants.
Yeah.
He ain't sucking on the teat anymore. So
Yeah.
maybe
Right.
She like, he made me sit at the other end of the table. Screw him.
He said, sit at the back of the bus. I said, no, I'm an independent woman. I don't need this.
They're just walking through like the Vought building, just killing employees off for knowing too much. Like things went all the way sideways.
I love when he's like, I killed Ashley. And he's like, no, wrong Ashley.
He's like, oh,
everybody's named Ashley.
Speaking of Ashley, she injects that V, and then you start seeing her transform, and I can't help but literally wonder if she like what she's going to look like. But in my head, it looked like she was turning into Gollum.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Wait till y'all see what her power is in the next season. And
Yeah.
this is going to be the final season too.
I'm curious what it's going to be.
To look like Deadpool and his like cancer face, I
don't know.
She's going to be Homelander's worst nightmare.
What's crazy is like I'm glad A-Train didn't get killed this season, but he was not in the season finale.
Mm-hmm.
But what's crazy is he gives MM such shit for not packing up and leaving, and he needs to stay and stand his ground. But then bro goes and leaves and leaves him high and dry. The same shit he was giving, MM crap for. But at the same time, I'm happy, like, because I really hope that he's going to somehow come in the last season and really help clean things up and help save the day. I'm just glad he didn't get killed, regardless.
Yeah,
so.
Big time.
I was nervous that he was going to be offed.
Yeah, there's so many very close calls in this season alone.
Yes.
And the finale, too. We're just like, oh, we might lose somebody very important to us.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, there was this doppelganger soup that was trying to assassinate the president, that she was walking around in Starlight.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know she was as strong as she was. I was like, yo, she's going to at least take the president out and maybe one of the boys. And thankfully, the real Starlight showed up and beat the fuck out of her.
Whooped her ass.
Starlight
but not before.
Crazy.
Her and Huey done it about 20 times. So.
and proposed to him.
Yeah.
I love how she's like, did you at least please tell me you didn't sleep with it? And he's like, not no more than 20 times.
She was still mad at him and grilling his shit too. He was like, but I thought it was you.
She's like, you're going to get tested for everything under the sun.
Yeah.
He's just like, fuck yeah, Huey.
I do how Huey came in there at the end. Was like, you know how I finally realized it wasn't you, and pulled off his sweet little thing that he said, even though she's like, ugh. But then like you could tell she was giving in. He's like, yes.
Yeah, Huey.
Yeah.
That's gonna be quote of the year.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Speaking of series finales, like I'm pretty sure you guys had one for the Acolyte, right?
We did. I got mixed feelings about it. To me, honestly, this scene that we're showing right now was probably one of the coolest scenes of this episode. For the first time ever, we get to see a cyber crystal change from go a Jedi into a Sith. and we get to see that kyber crystal change, and we get to see it go from blue to red. And I'm not gonna lie, the way they portrayed that and showed that on screen, I loved it. I did love that. We did get to see Darth Plagueis, which was pretty cool because that's one big thing that I requested. Did we get much of Darth Plagueis or explanation of anything? No. By showing Darth Plagueis, it actually lets us a lot more questions. But I don't know. Once again, it was very hit and miss for me on this episode, but I don't know. If I had to rate this series, I would give it like a 6.5 out of 10. There were some things about it I loved. There was a lot of things about it that I didn't, and there was a lot of things about it that I feel like they didn't do their homework on, where they could have nailed things more. But I don't know. The whole two is one thing, come to find out they weren't twins. They're actually one person split into two. The whole memory swipe thing, I don't know. That it didn't grab my attention, or they didn't sell it for me good enough. It was for me. We do get a sneak peek of Yoda at the end, which was cool at the same time, but slightly underwhelming. I don't know. It's a hit. There's some things I loved about this series. I think that was awesome. We got some awesome lightsaber battles. Chimere, I like Chimere, even though I have a lot of questions about him. I think he was pretty cool as a villain, though. Loved his helmet. The fight scenes he had with lightsabers is pretty awesome. But we got that Wookiee fight. But overall, I don't know. Deontay, what's your thoughts on it?
God, man, outside of using Chimera as a thirst trap, and then like another, we have to see his ass. It's like, I'm not used to that when it comes to Star Wars movies. It was like, man, this is my first time ever having to just look at a dude's ass, a Sith Lord's ass, on Disney Plus too. It was like, maybe I need to change my settings back to like PG-13 or whatever. On this app, because this was wild. The show was an incredible idea, and but for me that idea didn't make it or be executed the way that it should have, and that kind of led to the story being bland. I like the introduction of the witches. They could have went really far with that. There's so many different like covens of witches in the Star Wars world. And this was like a brand new coven, and these women were like awesome. I don't care what people say; they're just like, oh, it's just like a lesbian cult that makes force babies or whatever. It's like, shut the fuck up.
No, it was neat actually. I think the coven and them using the virgins of the force to create life. I thought that was kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. I actually love the aspect.
Yeah, it was a really good idea. Like, you could have expanded more on that. You could have revealed the Sith Lord to be like the head witch, which would have made a lot of sense because her force abilities are off the chain. Like, she's able to enter people's conscience and just like shut them down. It's just like, wow, she's powerful. And then all their combined strength is able to like create life. And these witches are no joke. And I understand why the Jedi was intimidated with him, but Soul had some weirdo ambitions to just like, I gotta save these little girls so bad. I need a pupil so bad, and it's just like, bro, just leave them alone. Leave them alone.
And there was a lot of things I loved about his character, and I think they could have made his character super cool, but there was just really weird things about like why he felt like he needed, Osha as a Padawan, and like. And knowing she was too old and knowing all this, I don't know. It just didn't. Some of that stuff didn't make sense. But I wanted to love his character because I love him as an actor, and I thought there was a lot of moments where he really nailed and did really great scenes in this series. But yeah, there's, like you said, weird things about it.
Yeah, they said it. They did not set him up for success with that, at least in my opinion, because it's just like, great actor. He had a great position in the cast, so it's like, why give him this weird plot of I need to get these little girls to become Jedi, and it's just like, bro, chill the hell out. Like, your boss told you several times to chill out. Why are you listening to Carrie Ann Moss when she tells you something? Right. That is Mama. You listen to Mama, okay? Like, Like this dude just like, no, I gotta have a Padawan. It just leads to a chain of crazy and unfortunate events in Star Wars. And Vernestra, the leader of the High Council, is being scrutinized about that by the Senate. And they're just like, yo, you guys are out here causing more conflicts and causing more harm than good. So we're going to do like an internal review of the Jedi. And she's just trying to stop that.
I think she is a shithead, a bad. Like, I don't think she's a good person because we see her with the lightsaber whip, right?
Yeah.
And then we find out that Chimera was her pupil at one time, and we see like whip-like scars on his back. So I'm like, oh, she bad. Yeah. Like when he was in the water, they focused in on his back, and there's like whip-like scars that he's got from being whipped. And then they show her with that whip, and then we find out at the end that that was her pupil. So like, I think she was not a good Jedi Master, and I think she treated him badly, and I think that might have drove him to leave the Jedi, honestly. And I hope we find out. I hope that this doesn't do so poorly that they don't do a season 2 or they don't continue this story, because there was a lot of unanswered stuff, and there's still a lot of stuff I think that can have great potential if they continue and do it right. I feel like they still can easily redeem themselves from the mistakes they made from this first season. So I truly hope they can carry the storyline on. I really do. But like I think she maybe has regrets and she's changed her ways. But I think back then when he was her pupil, I think she was a bad person, like a bad Jedi Master.
Yeah, and she had to stand before the Senate and just lie about a lot of stuff that happened in that season.
Yep.
So, yes.
Yeah.
But we do have more from the Star Wars franchise.
We do.
We kind of got a little, somebody that's been confirmed. Did anybody know what the name is of this? Oh, it's Mr. Shawn Levy.
Yeah. So his next project is a Star Wars film. And he's like, I'm glad that I don't have to keep it a secret more. So as things come about, he's like, it's in the middle of being written right now.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what the title is. But once it gets done being written, then he's going to, start working with it. And so he's like, Deadpool Wolverine's done. I don't have to keep Star Wars a secret no more. And he's like, that is going to be my next project that I start working on.
Because that and the Stranger Things as well, right? He wants to finish up that before he starts up with the next Star Wars. So.
And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think they don't have a whole lot of time left. Like I don't think it's going to take very long for them to wrap up Stranger Things, because they had that all planned out, and I think they've actually filmed some of it already. But yeah, and I'm super excited for Stranger Things too. Side note.
Yeah, that final season.
I love that show.
Yes.
Yeah. It's going to be sad when they're gone and you don't have you can always revisit the whole TV series, but not having new content to visit.
Yeah.
But you are going to have the Dairy backstory with it that they're coming out with. So that is something that you can look forward to. Not really that. Nope, that has nothing to do with Stranger Things. I don't know why I thought of that, but
it was horror. It was horror.
Yeah, it's true.
Sorry.
you were in a horror.
I love the new It's, like the reboots of the It movies. I'm loving that.
That was completely off topic. Yeah. I feel like an idiot. I'm so sorry.
No, you're good. We're looking forward for that too. So
first thing popped in my mind was like, oh yes, Pennywise conversation. Let's go.
but since you're so infatuated with talking about scary things, why don't you go ahead and tell us about the new Beetlejuice trailer?
Oh man, it came out a couple of days ago. I think 5 days ago at this point. But if nobody knows, it's coming out on September 6th. It's the sequel to the original Beetlejuice that came out in 98, I believe. I'm so excited. I love Winona Ryder. I just can't wait to see what they do with it. And it's got like that creepy vibe. You see, like in this trailer, you get to see her riding through that bridge. You get to see the iconic house, I can't wait.
Man,
it's filled with so much nostalgia. And I'm glad that they're keeping a lot of the exact same look. They didn't try changing it too much, by no means. and it's got Jenna Ortega in it. Like so, she's like, I mean, she's pretty hot item on the list right now. That's in a lot of things, and people are loving her acting and stuff. So like, I think like with her being in the different darker aspects of film lately, I think she's a perfect addition to add to this.
Yeah, she was such a great Wednesday, so you knew she was going to translate into other dark
Oh yeah.
TV shows and movies. Like it was just natural for her. So.
Right. She's in the like one of the new Scream movies too, I think.
She
And
is.
And
Okay.
I feel like there's another like horror or darker aspect movie or show she's been in. But
Yeah, she's a
and
part
then
of
you got
You on
the-
Netflix.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, she was a little girl in that show.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, damn it, she grew up fast. I was like, oh.
Let's see. So there's actually one more Marvel piece of news that I know we haven't talked about it on the show since we started, but I'm super excited about this, and I just want to see what y'all's opinions are on the cast for Fantastic Four. So we have Pedro Pascal, we have Vanessa Kirby, we have Joseph Quinn, and we have Eben Moss-Bachrach, which like all of these are phenomenal actors. I don't quite. I'm curious to see how they portray these characters. I think Joseph Quinn, right off the bat, I think can probably nail a good Johnny Storm.
Easily.
Vanessa Kirby, I personally think will play a great Sue Storm. Pedro Pascal, or as a lot of people like to call it, Daddy Pascal, like man's a phenomenal actor. I think he can pull off a completely different version of Reed that we're used to seeing that would work. And Eben Moss-Bachrach, I mean, I love him on The Bear. Oh my god! And then also he played in the Punisher series on Netflix. I can't think of Microchip.
Yeah,
I loved him in that. I just don't see him as a Ben Grimm, which luckily he's CGI'd and most of the time anyways. But I think we're going to see a different version of Ben Grimm we've never seen before too, like Reed Richards. And I'm curious to see how these two guys deliver these characters. Like I know they can make them work. I just have no idea what they're going to be like, and it's bothering me. Like I want to know. Like I'm so ready for this film.
Do you think Pedro Pascal is going to play like a goofy like Reed Richards?
I hope not.
I hope not. Yeah, I don't want a goofy Reed Richards. I want a serious Reed Richards.
Reed Richards, like down to the core of his comic book character, his type of funny is just like misogynist funny. Like he has them stereotypical conversations with Susan, and they go back and forth like a toxic couple, like quite a bit. And if they stay true to that, like to make it like time period accurate, that would be kind of funny to watch because Sue owns him quite a bit. Even in the cartoon, like they even showed her just like when Reed would say something completely out of line, she'd just be like, put him right in his place. The smartest man in the world is getting this shit owned. And she'll do it to like Johnny Storm too. So I love the personalities of the Fantastic Four. They have like Johnny Storm is just the player type. He always gets the ladies. Thing is just like this really ratchet New Yorker type person. So it's just like, oh, I'm so ready for this movie. If they nail their personalities, this should turn out pretty well.
And also, so like, they're supposed to be. If the rumor is that they're actually supposed to have both their kids, Valeria and Franklin. And like, someone was talking to Kevin Feige in an interview as well. And, they're like, in the background of some of this art that's been released, it don't look like your typical New York skyline. It looks like a different universe skyline that's in, and they're dressed in the 60s. And he's like, it's great that YouTubers and different people who's talked about that. He's like, which hasn't been many that notice that city skyline. He's like, because that's a very good clue that it's not taking place in this universe. So it's been confirmed that we're getting Galactus. I can't think of the guy's name that's supposed to be playing him. So I'm thinking that seriously, it's going to be another universe in the 60s era, with the little weird twist on it, since it's not from our 616 universe, and that the movie's going to end up ending with Galactus destroying and eating their planet. And then somehow by the end of that, that's how they transform and come to the MCU. And that's how we get our Fantastic Four. And it makes sense to why we've never heard of them before, because they don't exist in our universe and they had to come from another.
That'd be pretty cool. I could rock with that.
And like, I'm really curious, like, what age the kids are going to be and how they're going to deliver the story with the kids. Because as we all know, Franklin Richards is like the OP person, like the most powerful person in Marvel Comics. I mean, as a baby in the comics, he created a universe, I think, by accident. He's that powerful. So I don't know if they're going to like, dumb his powers down so it makes sense and they can have more stuff to do with it, or how creative they're going to get with his narrative and bring him into the MCU. I'm super excited to find that out.
Are you pretty much a Fantastic Four fan as well, Tay? Or
like I watched the originals. Not really. I'm gonna be honest. I am excited because it is a Marvel movie, and I kind of am hoping for like some type of cameo. Because like why not at this point?
Right. The Secret Wars is coming, and
we need a Spider-Man cameo.
You can either do a Spider-Man cameo or you can do a Doctor Strange cameo because you got to see him in different universes. In the Doctor Strange, the Madness one.
What if it's them that pulls them out of their universe before they die almost? Because him and Clea last time we seen are hopping through tears of reality right now.
Yeah.
They could be the one putting together a new team.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
that would be sick.
I would dig a Doctor Strange in here. I don't know if they'll do it, but like I think it would be pretty neat.
Yeah,
we're down for this.
Yeah.
This is a real storyline in the animated series too.
And like I think that's supposed to come out. I can't remember next year. I think it's like about 2/3 of the way of next year, or towards the fall. Or into summer. I can't remember now.
I don't remember.
I know it can't get here quick enough. Kind of like Deadpool Wolverine. Hopefully it'll get here before we know it. So
just a couple of days away for you guys.
A couple more sleeps.
2 more sleeps.
Yeah.
So we have some gaming news, right?
We do. Deontay, you want to tell us a little bit what Call of Duty's got going on in Saturday Night Nerds?
Oh, absolutely. So season 5 is on its way here. I believe it's arriving Wednesday, July 24th, around 11 a.m. CST, I believe. So the update is coming. All the meta is going to change for all the different guns that you can use. So everybody's going to have to start from scratch with new builds for Warzone and multiplayer. And me and the boys, we're going to have a loadout ready to go. We're going to spank some people and talk shit in proximity chat.
Oh. and y'all do some streaming and stuff on Twitch, right?
Absolutely. So tomorrow will be the next episode of Warzone Wednesdays. So Saturday Night Nerds has our own Wednesday special where you can catch me, Blake, Wyatt. Sometimes Will be around. Sometimes Raiden Hayes J Gaming will be with us, and we'll just be playing rounds of Warzone. And you can go to our Twitch channel at twitch.tv/Saturday Night Nerds, and you could be able to catch us when we go live. So stay tuned for the exact time announcement. All our social media where you can stay up to date stay up to date on when our next streams come around.
Warzone Wednesday is always a fun time.
And shout out to Rated Hayes J Gaming. That's my boy.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
he
follow his page on TikTok and YouTube and Facebook as well.
All under the same name, Raiden Hayes J Gaming.
And then Tay, you got some Destiny news, right?
I do. So today or it might have been yesterday, they had announced the summer, or not summer, but the Solstice 2024. And that's going to begin on August 6th. So we did get to see some new armor. I might have put this out. Yep. Sorry. I totally put that out of order. So you have your Hunter, your Titan, and your Warlock. So these are your new armor sets for the Solstice 2024. And then going back to the other picture, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
There's every week on Tuesday at 10 a.m. My time, Pacific Standard Time. They come out with a weekly update. So today we got some new battlegrounds, and also the story continues for the Echoes Act 2. So can't wait to play that because I haven't been able to play it yet today. But as soon as I get off this, I'll probably jump on and probably be streaming actually tomorrow too.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Oh man, all those uniforms look really good on them. Well, I'll say the Titan and the Warlock, but Hunter.
Yeah, there's always a loser with the armor game, but it's all about that drip in Destiny, so you got to make sure your drip is good.
Exactly. Like Hunters, they get good drip for like their raids, but like you get like solstice events and stuff like that. Hunters get shafted.
Oh man, I gotta show you a picture of the Hunters from the Salvation's Edge raid because it's different. It's different.
Uh-oh.
And we have San Diego Comic-Con this weekend, but the next con in the U.S. after San Diego Comic-Con is Chicago Fan Expo. Let Deontay tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Fan Expo Chicago 2024. So you guys are in the local area. It will be at the Donald E. Stevens Convention Center. The dates will be Friday, August 16th to Sunday, August 18th. And man, do they have like a packed out show for you guys.
Yeah.
They have a couple live action superstars on the way. Charlie Cox and both Vincent D'Onofrio is going to be there from the Daredevil live action series.
Oh, shit.
So you guys want to get a photo op with them, get it in, because I got one and I'm never going to let go of that shit. They also have 3 members from the cast of Gotham. So if you guys are familiar with the TV series Gotham, Ben McKenzie, James Gordon himself is going to be there at Fan Expo. Cameron Monaghan, who played the Joker for Gotham. And also you've seen him in Shameless, you've seen him in Jedi Survivor, and
as I say, Cal Kestis.
So Cameron's got a laundry list of work he put in. And also Morena Baccarin, who plays Deadpool's girl, and she is also Dr. Leslie Tompkins in Gotham. Mm-hmm. So one of the love interests for James Gordon.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see who else we got. Oh, one of my favorites. And we got voice actors on the way. So we had about like a good group of them. So I did like a collective for the different TV shows that people are familiar with. So our first round is from Has Been Hotel. You guys are familiar with that. It's an incredible show on Prime Video that you can watch. It started out as a YouTube series by Vivian Medrano. And basically the story follows Charlie Morningstar, the Princess of Hell, as she tries to reduce the overpopulation in her kingdom by rehabilitating demons in the Has Been Hotel. So sounds very interesting. It's a lot of comedy. And it's a very like interesting take on like heaven versus hell. So I really enjoyed the show. It's just such a vibe to watch. We have the let's see, Charlie. So Erica Henningsen, who plays the voice of her. She's going to be at Fan Expo Chicago. Blake Roman, who plays the character Angel Dust. And then Amir Talai, who plays Alistor, excuse me. So that you'll get to meet them in person. Another group of voice actors is from the anime Naruto. So you guys are Naruto fans. We have Naruto himself, which is played by voice Maio Flanagan.
Nice.
Kakashi Sensei, which is played by Dave Wittenberg.
Let's go.
Yes, and Kate Higgins, who played Sakura. And actually, that's it for the Naruto TV series. The other anime that's really popular right now is Spy Family. We have 2 voice actors from that series. So if you guys are familiar with the character Anya Forger, Megan Shipman, who plays the voice of her in English dub, she's going to be here. And then Alex Organ, who plays Twilight. Or you can call him Lloyd Forger, who plays her dad in the anime. Huh. So that is it for the anime voice actor section. And then last but not least, we have the gaming section of 3 voice actors from Baldur's Gate 3. I am not sure the characters that they play the voice of, but you have Neil Newman, Samantha Bart, I believe, and Amelia Tyler. So if you guys are Baldur's Gate 3's fans, you can meet them at Fan Expo Chicago. What they have next on the list, they have cosplayers Oddfell, Siren Cosplay, DCW Builds, Carnage Cosplay, A&D Cosplay, and Token Talks Cosplay will be at Fan Expo Chicago.
I know a few of those names. That's some good cosplayers.
Yeah, Token Talk sounds very familiar. I think we might have met him.
I think we did. I think we've met half of those last year, actually.
We gotta get these guys on the show for sure.
Yeah.
We got tattoo artists now. So if you're in the local area, you pull up at Fan Expo Chicago 2024. You can get yourself a tat.
Nice.
Let's see. There's about 8 people that's going to be there doing art. Dante Foster, Brad Nicholson, Bobby Yancey, Amy Zager, Mark Draven, Gary Parisi, Justin Shim. I can't pronounce that last name. And Andrea Swab. So they will be there. Get your appointment in and get inked up, because if for some reason we wind up going, I'm definitely getting some ink.
And they always have like a solid line. Like you never see them chairs empty.
Damn.
God, man.
Yeah. Like every day. It's wild.
Yeah, we would go there and get matching tattoos, like maybe a Deadpool tramp stamp or something.
It's the heart, and it's
Yeah.
We'll get each half hearts on us.
Absolutely.
We won't have to wear the necklace then.
And it'll be hidden. There you go.
In our skins for life.
unless you bend over too far. Man, yeah, I think it'd be epic, dude. Epic to get a picture with Mark Hamill and Hayden Christensen.
Absolutely. They are also 2 of the major players on this list. So I found an additional, well, not even an additional list, like a bigger list of their celebrities coming, and they have 7 people from Star Wars universe.
Holy crap.
Wow.
7 people. So Mark Hamill, who is Luke Skywalker himself, Hayden Christensen, Anakin Skywalker.
Epic. Gina
Carano, who is Cara Dune from The Mandalorian. Alan
and from Deadpool.
And from Deadpool, yes, absolutely. You guys familiar with the robot K2SO from Rogue One? That is Alan Tudyk.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Who was also in Deadpool 2.
Oh, yeah.
All of these guys. Wow.
Oh, I forgot about that.
It's like a Deadpool reunion going on. You have everybody but Ryan.
My favorite Alan Tudyk film is actually A Knight's Tale.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Dodgeball. God damn it.
Dodgeball was his?
Yeah, he was the pirate.
Yeah.
That's right. That's damn memory lapse. Woo.
And he was in, Firefly with Nathan Fillion, our Green Lantern now. So
he does a lot of voice acting too. A lot of voice acting in animated series.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a lot of talent, man.
For real.
You have 2 characters from Ahsoka. So the guy that plays Ezra Bridger, Iman Esfandi, is going to be at Fan Expo Chicago.
He was at Phoenix Fan Fusion too.
What? Yeah, I wish I would have met him. He seemed like a really cool dude. He looks like Jesus a little bit. Then we have Morgan Elsbeth from the Ahsoka series too. Diana Lee Inosanto.
Mm-hmm.
We also have, or the last but not least, we have Chewbacca, Juna Suotumo. So I think he's like the current Chewbacca for Star Wars.
Yep, he took over for Peter Mayhew after he passed away.
Yeah, rest in peace, and F in the chat for the dog.
For sure.
Yes, sir. And then you also have a cast of Charmed. So 2 of the Cromwell sisters, Holly Marie Combs, who plays Piper, Rose McGowan, who plays Paige. So you might expect an interview with them to talk about losing Shannon Doherty, because she just passed away. She was also Prue Halliwell of the Charmed sisters.
Their line's gonna be long.
Yeah, man, I love me some Rose McGowan.
Yeah, Charmed has such a huge fan base when it was out, and still does. But yeah,
Whew, man, I tell you, man, as a little boy, oh God,
he's like, I just want to be charmed.
I just want to be charmed, man.
Yeah.
From Fallout and Arcane, Elu Purnell.
Okay.
So she plays Lucy McLean in Fallout and Jinx in Arcane.
Nice.
So we get to meet her at Fan Expo Chicago.
Damn, that's like an all-star cast lineup that you got there. That is amazing.
Stacked.
Yeah.
They spent bread on these celebrities.
Yeah.
Big time. They have most of the cast of Scream, so they got people like Matthew Lillard. Who is the current Scream now? Matthew Lillard was one of the Screams, and then the second guy who donned the suit is going to be there. Quite a few people from the original movie. Neve Campbell she was originally on the list, but she could not make it this time.
Mm-hmm.
So that sucks. But if you're a huge Scream fan, you'll get to meet some of the ghost faces, and then some of the more notable actors that was a part of that movie. Let's see, 2 guys from Saved by the Bell. So AC Slater and Zach Morris.
Nice.
What you guys know is Mario Lopez and Mark Paul Gosselaar.
Yeah.
So you get to meet those guys. Classic show I grew up with.
Mario Lopez will have a long line of women, I'm sure.
Oh
man. God, as long as they didn't bring Dustin Diamond, we're cool. Screech.
Yeah.
Oh, Screech.
Oh.
And then you have a couple members from the cast of Seinfeld, and you got Patrick Warburton. The guy with the glasses is going to be there too, and then Phil Morris.
Mm-hmm.
Wayne Knight. So Wayne Knight and Phil Morris are going to be there too. So a couple members of Seinfeld, and that's like the bulk of everybody that's going to be there this year. So you got different cosplay competitions. Yeah.
That's wild. That's a lot. That's a lot of huge fan base people. I'm going to be there. They have such a huge fan base. Can you imagine though, getting a picture with Hayden Christensen and Mark Hamill? Oh my
god.
Oh my god.
I'm kind of sad we're not going now.
I know. I wish we can make it. Typically we do. We'll make it next year. But man, that's epic. It's wild. And I know some things there's just no price on. But to get a picture with Mark Hamill and Hayden Christensen, it's $700.
Yeah, father-son Luke and Anakin photo.
Yeah. That's such a rare thing, though. You can't. How you put a price on that? You can't.
You cannot. And it's probably never going to happen again.
Probably never.
Fan Expo secured the bag with that. Yeah, all they got is some fan meetups. You get to do Q&A in different halls. You got 30,000 square feet of shopping, comic book creators, and artist alleys that you can go and visit. They'll be doing demos, workshops, and they have a red carpet ceremony for cosplayers, so you can go and get photos with them. And then you can obviously do photo ops to get autographs from the celebrities that's coming. So it's going to be a great year. Remember, Friday, August 16th to Sunday, August 18th. At the Donald E. Stevens Center in Chicago. So
nice, heck yeah! That's besides San Diego Comic-Con, that would be the other one I'd want to attend.
It's a banger, straight banger.
We got 2 more things left for the night. One thing we're going to start doing at the end of every episode is we're actually going to just do a little, try to find some funny nerd clips, just something that's just hilarious, makes you cackle a little. Great way to end the night. So we'll go ahead and throw this one up for this week.
The first thing, if I could save time in a bottle.
Longest interview in history. I love how Hugh Jackman seems like he don't age. The Wolverine thing. It's such a clever classic piece.
It's so realistic too.
Mm-hmm.
It is. Also, was actually going to mention this at the beginning and I forgot, but we are going to be doing a giveaway, and let me pull this up. So we have a Marvel Legends Red Skull character that is signed by Ross Marquand himself. He voiced Red Skull in What If. He also voiced Ultron in Infinity Ultron in What If. But then he also played Red Skull in Avengers Endgame. Great guy. We got to meet him. Invited us to hang out in Nashville. But yeah, we got him to get this autographed piece here. And what we're going to do is once we hit 1,000 followers on YouTube, we will randomly select a winner to win this. If you're not near us, that's fine. We'll ship it to you. But yeah, just need a like. And the more you like and actual comment on our videos, whether it be our reels or our regular long form videos, the more you comment on it, actually, the way the program works, more better chances you have to win with the way the system works on randomly selecting a follower. So once we hit 1,000 likes on YouTube, we will be giving this away.
Hey.
We love a good giveaway.
For sure. And I think that about wraps us up for tonight, don't it?
Absolutely.
Hey.
All right. Until next time, we'll see y'all next week.
Peace.